AVC, it's McGavin Mike 1. I am still alive. It's just, I've been laid off for so long that I'm losing money. I'm trying to save up what I got, so I've barely been buying records. I've been focusing on my guitar lessons and school. So that's why I haven't been around, and I got a good stack of records here I want to show you that I just got a couple weeks back, like January, so yeah, I'm not dead. I'm just lowering down my vinyl buying for like once a month. I only buy a couple records for once a month. I'm sorry, guys, but I have a life and I don't want to lose money. So here's the first one. I didn't buy this. This is J. Geils Band Blow Your Face Off live album. This album's really good. I'm not into the J. Geils Band. I only really like the Love Stinks album, or the 1979 album with No Anchovies Please, and this. This album's really, really good. Really good live album. It's just a classic. If you never heard J. Geils, you need to get this album. You really need to pick this one up. It's an essential live album. It's a classic. It's on the Atlantic label. It's a custom Atlantic label there. Kind of like those AC/DC albums, Back in Black, and Flick on the Switch, Fly on the Wall labels. And
there are lots of interesting individuals exploring their minds.
yeah, the other record doesn't have the original inner sleeve anymore. So yeah. And plus, I'm out of plastic sleeves. I've been buying the expensive albums from the Exchange because they have the sleeves and the used ones don't. So, great live album. It's an essential for your collection. Pick this one up if you can find it for a dirt cheap price. I would highly recommend it. This next album I showed you before, but the record broke, so I got another one. It's kind of like the same copy. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, self-titled debut. Great album. My favorite off here is Fold Again. I love that song. I love the video, the music video for it too. Here's the little insert that comes with it. This is on ABC Records. It's on a custom type label or whatever. I'm not sure about this label. I'm not familiar with ABC Records, so. Good album though. Good album. Good debut. Very strong album. This is the only Tom Petty album I like. I don't like his other stuff that much, but I do like this his debut album. It's stripped down and raw. That's what I like in rock and roll sometimes. I like my stripped down raw stuff.
I mean, it was very grassroots at that point. Sitting on stuffing records into sleeves, and putting them in boxes so we could drive them around town and drop them off at record stores and beg people to take them with consignment or whatever,
Okay, next album is my mom gave me this. She gave me this album. It blew my mind that she had this and she has this and she gives it to me. Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal. This is a great album. I'm a Lou Reed fan now because of this. This album is just fantastic. It's a classic live album. It's really good. Lou Reed's amazing. Rest in peace. Wish you're still alive.
The name sounded dangerous. You went to a show. You didn't know if you were going to get beat up in the mosh pit or beat up by the cops after.
It's on the RCA Victor label. It's on the tan one. Has my mom's name on it. It's a little scratched, but it still plays fine.
I liked it. I liked the idea that it had that flamenco chord progression in a punk rock song. And I liked the beat. I just thought it was a very clever record.
The bass playing really stands out, particularly Tom playing as well, because it sets that dark tone for the rest of the song. And again, it feels like
It's a really good album. Pick this one up. It's a great album. If you really want to get into Lou Reed, pick this up. And his Velvet Underground album is really good too. I need to get some Velvet Underground someday. Another one my mom gave me. This one's I liked it surprisingly. I thought this guy was weird, really weird, but I ended up liking it. Meatloaf Bad Out of Hell. Yes, I own Meatloaf Bad Out of Hell. Man, this guy is so weird. I still think Meatloaf's one of the weirdest rock idols of all time. He is a strange guy. I think he's strange. And a bad out of hell with all something wrong. Yeah, I think he's weird. My opinion. He's good. He's a good singer. I just think he's weird. How he started off, man. Like he was in Rocky Horror Picture Show, and then he made this with Jim Steinman. Yeah, weird. My favorite song, probably Bad Out of Hell, might be my favorite song in the album. Title track. Just, it starts it off. It's taped. Ah! This is on Epic label. It has Cleveland on it, which is kind of cool. It has Cleveland on it. Interesting. I'm from Ohio, so Cleveland. Interesting. Yeah, this album's really good. This album, I surprisingly like this. It's a guilty pleasure. It's not for everybody. Definitely not for everybody. But pick it up if you can, if you find it for a cheap price. It's an interesting album. I wouldn't say it's great, it's just interesting. Yeah, Bad Out of Hell by Meatloaf. Put this. I keep shifting on. This next one, might have to censor it. I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube for content. So, you know this album. It's Blind Faith, self-titled. This is the original pressing, American pressing. This is the original album cover. And plus, yeah, this album is really good. Eric Clapton's like third or fourth band. Okay, he was in the Yardbirds, he was in the Blues Breakers, he was in Cream, then this, then Dark and the Dominoes, solo career. Make up your mind, Clapton. Jeez. And plus, I'm censoring this is because, well, it's, I don't know. Oh, shit. Yeah, you know why. You saw it. My favorite song in here is Can't Find My Way Home. It's so bluesy. Steve Winwood, Rick Rich, Ginger Baker, Eric Clapton. Just a fantastic album. It's on the Silver RSO label, so I think this is the first pressing. It's really mint. It's in really good shape. Yeah, they had to reprint the cover because of the content, so they made it like this. Paige Martin has that copy. I understand, Paige, I understand that you don't like this album cover, but I found it because it was cheap. It was like $5 cheaper than the other one. So I bought the spaceship cover. I'm just gonna call it the spaceship cover. It's Blind Faith, great album. Pick it up. It's fantastic. It's very, very mellow, very jazzy, bluesy. It's really a good album. So yeah, pick it up. It's great. Yeah, it's great. It's a great piece of my collection. I'm trying to... Here. This is one of the albums that was on my wish list since I've been collecting vinyl. So, glad I found it. Black Sabbath, Paranoid. Greatest heavy metal album ever made. This album is This is the album that got me into heavy metal when I was a kid, little kid, middle school. I was listening to Ozzy Osbourne, my favorite metal artist ever. Yes, this is a gatefold. I love that 70s gatefold. This is a great album.
We had the Bernie
Fantastic.
cop cars, the Bernie black and white from the white.
This is not an original 70s pressing, which disappointed me, but I'm still glad to have a copy. This is a 80s pressing there. It's in mint shape. There is a scratch on the album, and it does skip on one track a little bit, but it's still great. It's so good to have a copy of this finally to bring home. I need to find the self-titled debut by Black Sabbath, but that's a little rare. I hate these type of sleeves here.
The color it is, you know, we asked them, make your flames look like fire. And the very first cover, which is really hard to find now, came out painted orange on white.
Yeah, well, here it is. You know? Circus colors on my record. How dare they? You know, and
It is a good album, great album.
every right, you know, trying
My favorite song, Paranoid, easily my favorite metal song of all time. Also like War Pigs. I love the whole album as a whole, easily. This is great. Best heavy metal album? Yeah, I agree. I don't care what people say that it's overplayed, play something else. I don't care. I'll still listen to this. I've been listening to this album since I was like 12, 11 years old, so yeah, shows how much I love it. I finally got the vinyl, so
Promoter guy, said, come to New York and play. And so we bought plane tickets and went to New York and lost our shirt. Because nobody knew it. So California River and all sorts from out of California, but we hadn't gotten out there yet. And we were putting
next is one of the most unexpected purchases I ever bought. Everyone on Instagram knows I have this. Here is the self-titled debut album, The Stooges, Iggy Pop and the Stooges, on Elektra. This is a great debut, one of my favorite albums of all time from the 60s. I might have to put this in a spot on my favorite 60s list. I don't know, I might have to move something. I'll probably move something. The one thing that's cool about this particular copy, this was $20. It's a picture disc. This is my first picture disc. So that's cool. And no, this guy's not losing an eye. It's the middle hole of the record. I don't know why.
everybody just sat there and stared. And so the second said, well, he ran around and shook
But yeah, this is a great album. This album is a gem. I love this copy too. It plays great for a picture disc. I heard picture discs sound like shit, but this album, my Stooges, it sounds pretty good. Pick this one up. Classic proto-punk punk rock band before punk rock became punk rock. So that's cool that I own that. Next is this is a reissue, but I still bought it. Here's the Dead Kennedys, Fresh Roof Rotten Vegetables. This is their debut album. Great debut, fantastic. Dead Kennedys are my favorite hardcore band. I like them better than Black Flag and Minor Threat, even though I love those bands, but I love Dead Kennedys more than those two bands combined. Since this is a reissue, this doesn't have the original orange flame background and the heads, because I have to cut off the heads because of legal issues. I love this album though. It's really good reissue. Sounds good. I played it a few minutes ago. It plays pretty good. Jello Biafra is one of my favorite punk singers. He is hilariously stupid. Especially his crate digging video. His vinyl collection is fantastic. He has a great range of music, but it's weird as hell. Green Hands. Watch that video. Look up Crate Diggers Jello Biafra. It's hilarious. here's the poster that comes with it. It is it's a little big. I don't care. It has lyrics on it. Jesus. Oh, it's so freaking huge. And yes, that is eggs, toast, and bacon with freaking faces. That is creepy. But like, hilarious. I love the Dead Kennedys. They're so politically hilarious. I don't care about politics. That's why I like this band. Favorite song? I really like California Urban Alice and All That in Cambodia. Viva Las Vegas is great. A lot of the songs in here are just great debut classics. Every punk fan has this album in their collection. And what's that noise in the background? Hold on a second.
We came back really deflated and sort of thinking, this just ain't happening. And then around that time is when we have to decide.
I am watching the DVD that came with the 25th anniversary Fresh Fruit Rotten Vegetables album. Fresh Fruit Rotten Eyeballs. That's what I'm watching. Pick this up. Pick the CD up. The documentary's hilarious. They're talking about Jello Biafra trying to run for government. It's funny. This last one was an unexpected one too. I got the same time as the Stooges. Here's the Ramones' End of the Century. This is the Phil Spector album. I have mixed feelings about this album. I mean, like, there's a couple good songs in it, but Phil Spector killed the whole album. I think he killed this album. Poppy, yes, way too poppy. Except for a couple songs which are harder. This album is just too unbalanced. It's just pop and hard, pop, classic punk. It's not needed. But it's a collector's item, actually. I haven't found this album anywhere, not even the reissues. This is an original pressing. Except the album cover is not, because Chinese Rock doesn't say Richard Hell on it.
His fiancée on his arm and wearing his campaign wardrobe, a $7 suit from a Geary Street pawn shop.
This is on Sire, obviously. Every Ramones fan knows about Sire. One thing that's weird, I think this record is a first pressing.
Would be a joke, except he's too smart.
I didn't imagine, us little punkers could really move and shake the city, but, we did what we did.
It's the label. Give me 1 minute.
I'm not running on my...
No, I'm not peeling the label sticker off.
...of 20 years in government, 20 years of this. I'm running on my views. And some of the views, which you'll probably get to in a minute, are tongue-in-cheek as such, but there are very serious
Here.
Wants to tear down Pier 39. Wants to ban all cars from the city and encourage bikes.
Peels off.
He thinks all the police should
How
have
interesting,
to
huh?
office every 4 years. To relieve tension, he would put up Dan White statues all over town so the public can throw eggs at him. The eggs are by the park.
Yeah, it's an okay album. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not the Ramones' strongest. I mean, this was their most popular album. I mean, like, that's good, but they still didn't make them super popular. They had lack of commercial success by this point. It's just Phil Spector's direction, Johnny Ramone bitching about Phil Spector, which I agree, Phil Spector is a psychotic asshole. He held all four of these guys hostage. Oh, it's Phil Spector, oh Phil. Yeah, the songs I like in this album, I'm Affected. I like Danny Says a little bit. I like Do You Remember Rock and Roll Radio? Chinese Rock, which is great that they finally recorded that song. Because originally it was supposed to be on like Leave Home or Rocket for Russia, but Johnny didn't. Dee Dee wrote the song because it was about drugs and stuff like that. It was his response to Lou Reed's Heroin, but Johnny didn't like the song, so so Dee Dee gave it to the Heartbreakers. So Richard Hell from the Heartbreakers helped write the song, and they recorded it, and then Ramones recorded it. So there's two versions. Because the Heartbreaker was most well known because no one listens to this album. Yeah, I like that album. The Return of Jackie and Judy and This Ain't Havana is alright. They're continuations from the first album songs. Havana Affair and Judy's a Punk. Let's Go is okay. Baby I Love You is horrible. That is the worst one. This is their worst song. Was Baby I Love You. It's horns in a punk band. I mean, Green Day did it okay, but the Ramones did not. I Can't Make It in My Own Time is alright. Rock and Roll High School is good. I like that song. All the Way is good. The last three songs were good. Like I said, there's only a couple good songs, but this album, it's my least favorite Ramones album. I still like it, but it's my least favorite Ramones album. It's just, I'm going to say that, it's my least favorite. And the album has a lot of ring rare on it, but I don't care. I bought the album because of collector's purposes, and it was cheap. It was like $15. Why not? Yeah, that's Century. I'm trying to get all the Ramones stuff on vinyl. I'm doing pretty well at it so far. So, yeah, I have my eyes on Leave Home, original press and Leave Home. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Shout out to Paige Martin, Robert Z, Blake Wilcock. I can't say your last name. Blake, you're cool. You have great videos. You have great vinyl setup. My Vinyl 1-2, welcome back. Vinyl and video. I think it's Blake Wilcox. I think yeah. Dylan Harrison, Derek Fisher. I can't remember you guys' usernames, so I'm going to say your Instagram names. SamTheMan94 and Benz95. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the nice comments you give me on Instagram and stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I won't be back for a while. Only back once a month, or doing something like this, or album reviews, top 5 songs. Yeah, I'm going to be mainly doing that, just mellow out. Because I can't keep doing this. I'm almost out of money. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Peace.